Hey there, Taylor here. This is a video I've been wanting to make for some time now because it's, to me, the biggest part of my transition. And it directly affects when I can start presenting as female or as myself in public. And that's facial feminization surgery, or FFS. So this is going to be a video in a series where the first video of the series where I talk about my surgeries and everything I'm getting. But in this video, I mainly want to talk about FFS, like an intro to it, kind of teach what it is, and why many people, including myself, are looking to get the procedures, and how to go about starting when you first think that it's going to be right for you. So here it is, FFS 101. What is FFS? FFS is a set of cosmetic surgeries that alter the male characteristics of the face to more resemble that of a female. In the easiest terms possible, facial feminization surgery feminizes the face. Men tend to have larger and sharper features to their face, maybe like a brow, the jaw and chin, whereas women tend to have the smaller, softer features of the face. So the goal of FFS is to soften the hard edges. And since I'm speaking in generalities here, you don't have to be born male to get these procedures. Some women have masculine faces and some men have feminine faces. It's all about what you have and what society perceives as masculine and feminine. As a trans woman, do you need FFS? No. Like I said in the last question, everyone is different, and getting FFS doesn't make you more of a woman. Some trans women are naturally passable. Maybe they started and had a feminine skull to begin with, and or they had started taking testosterone blockers before male puberty and they didn't develop the hard edges that comes with the male puberty, or the low voice too. Now people often ask, why do you need surgery if you're taking the hormones? Because you'll see the before and after videos of transition of beautiful women who just take hormones. But the question I get is the opposite, and I get that more often, is why take the hormones if you're getting the surgery? If someone's gonna alter my face to be feminine, why take hormones in general? And the simple answer is hormones don't change the bones or cartilage of your face. A good way to think of hormones is that they will affect the skin and the fat distribution, the muscles of your face and body, whereas FFS will be used to alter the stuff that can't be changed with hormones, like your bones and your bone structure underneath the skin. So that's the difference. There isn't like a rule of this is facial feminization surgery only working on the bones and cartilage being like your nose and your Adam's apple is cartilage. There are many procedures that are involved with FFS that trans women or cis women alike get, like lip fillers, cheek implants, facelift, lip lift and augmentation. And those to me are more cosmetic and they can make you pretty. But the procedures that are on the skull or the Adam's apple, I think really affect how passable you are when seen in society. What procedures are you getting? Well, where I ended the last question is a pretty good place to start. I just want to be passable and be perceived as a woman in public. So for me, I didn't feel like I could ever be passable without two major surgeries. And that's why I put off transitioning for so long. And that's why this part of the transition is what I would say is the most important, is because I don't think I'll be perceived as a woman without them. And that's my Adam's apple or my tracheal shave and my brow procedure, because my brow is pretty large. So I just want to post some pictures above of pictures that I sent to surgeons when I was setting up consultations, and you can see the brow, and I have it circled, and the Adam's apple, I circled them, and you can see how they're large, and that's a masculine feature. So I edited the image, and now I'll post what I'm hoping the goal of the surgery is gonna be, is where the brow is smooth and the Adam's apple is non-existent. I'm not gonna go into everything that the surgeons and I talked about in this video after I sent these images to them. But every surgeon I talked to, and there were a ton, unanimously thought that the must-do procedures were the same ones I was thinking. And one surgeon even said my Adam's apple and my brow were impressive. And that's not something I want to impress people with. It's something that's caused a lot of gender dysphoria for me in my life. So I'm ready to stop impressing people with those. But besides the big two that I'm getting, the brow and the Adam's apple, I'm also getting lip augmentation and breast augmentation at the same time. So while I'm under, I'll be getting those procedures as well. And again, in this video, I'm not gonna go into them. I'll talk about it later in a video, more like the why I'm getting what procedure I'm getting. And that'll be in a later video, so keep watching. Where do you start when you decide you want FFS? All right, so step 1, research. Step 2 and 3, they're pretty similar, and those would be research and research. No, but seriously, you need to know what you're getting into, and you need to pick the surgeon that's right for you. So that brings me to the real step 2, and that's talk to surgeons. Talk to as many surgeons as you can. This isn't like getting a tattoo at your nearest shop. You want to pick the one that's right for you, even if that means traveling hundreds of miles, flying, whatever. Find the person that's right for you. I talked to many surgeons from Bangkok to California, and the ones that really stuck out to me were the ones that loved what they do. And you can tell when you talk to someone if they love what they do. They were interested in the procedures. They were interested in what I wanted. They cared. And the other reason I think you should talk to as many surgeons as you can is to make sure that they do the procedures you want. And since you did your research, that they do the procedures the way you want them to do it. Like, I had one surgeon, I was almost setting up appointments for the surgery date itself, and went back to my notes, because I had all these notes and different surgeons I talked to, and saw he does type 1 surgery. At the time, I didn't really know what that meant. I should have done my research. I believe I need a type 3 brow reduction, and he didn't perform that. So I said that he wasn't the one for me, and I kept looking, and I have found someone, and I will be talking about him in a later video as well. But he does the type 3, and if you don't know what type 3 is, the brow is one of the most masculine and feminine defining features of the face. Look it up. That's important to know. And I had CT scans of my skull. I saw why the type 3 works for me. So that's what I'm going with. And step 3, save up. Save up now. Seriously. Insurance typically won't cover these procedures. I have really good insurance that actually covers bottom surgery if I've lived as a woman for over a year, but they don't cover this because they deem it as cosmetic, and it's not cheap. So start saving up if it's even an inkling in your mind at all that you're gonna get it. And the other thing to consider when we're talking about saving up is travel expenses. I was so excited when I had saved up money and I had a good amount to put towards the surgery, and then I started looking into flights and where I'm gonna stay for a week or two to recover, and it just upped the price, and you need to factor that in. So like I said, Sarah and I had saved up for quite some time, but it's still gonna put a dent in the wallet and the bank account. So we actually even created a GoFundMe. But that's all for now, and where I'm gonna end it today with this video. I will be making more, so if you have more questions that you'd like answered, like where to begin, what it is, I'll be going over more of myself in further videos and my procedures, and then I'll be having like the after and everything down the road when it's all completed. So if you are interested, keep watching, and thanks for watching this one.